A story by Will Hornyak called The Magic Box. A long, long time ago in Ireland, there was a farmer and his wife. And every day they'd go to the field, and some days they would plant, and some days they would weed, and some days they would water, and some days they would harvest potatoes. Well, that's all they had, potatoes. But whenever the farmer harvested a potato, he would hold it up proudly and he would say, "Potatoes are good. We take them to the market and we sell them. We take them home and we cook them. Potatoes, they're good." And his wife as well. Whenever she harvested a potato, she would hold it up and say, "Potatoes are good. We take them to the market, we sell them, we take them home, we cook them, we eat them. Potatoes, they're good." But one day the farmer's wife was digging in the garden. She was digging and digging and digging when her shovel hit something hard and smooth, chunk, and she brushed away the dirt. And she looked down and she said, "Well, look at that. It's a box. It's a huge wooden box." Well, she pulled the box out of the ground there, and she opened it up, and she looked inside, but she said, "It's empty. But it's a fine box. I can put it to use." And so she cleaned it up and washed it off, and she was working so hard that a red ribbon fell out of her hair into the box. Well, she just reached in and took it out, but when she looked back into the box, she gasped, "Oh, well, look at that. Now there's 2 red ribbons in the box." And she took out 2 red ribbons, and then she said, "Now there's 4. She took out 4, and then there were 8. She took out 8, there were 16, and then 32, and 64, and 128, and 256. And then there were 512, 1,024, 2,048, and I have no idea after that, but there were a lot of red ribbons. Well, she kept pulling red ribbons out of the box until she filled the whole house with red ribbons. And when her husband came home and opened the door, red ribbons just tumbled all over. And when he found out what happened, he said, "I've got an idea. Why don't we take these red ribbons to the market and sell them for gold coins, and we won't have to worry about those silly potatoes?" Well, that's what they did. Every day they took red ribbons to the market and sold them for gold coins. And one day, while the farmer was busy counting gold coins he earned by selling red ribbons, he accidentally dropped a gold coin into the box. And when he took it out, there were 2. He took out 2, and there were 4, and then there were 8, and then there were 16, and then his wife said, "Darling, I don't think we're going to have to worry about red ribbons any longer. I think we're going to be rich." You know what? She was right. After that, all they did was pull gold out of the box. They counted gold for a week, for a month, for a year. They filled the house with gold. They built another house, and they counted gold, until one day the farmer said, "I'm tired of counting gold. That's hard work, and we're rich. We shouldn't have to work hard. Let's get grandmother to do it." Well, they brought in old grandmother and sat her down, and without even offering her a cup of tea, the farmer said, "Now, grandmother, count the gold and hurry up. We need more." Well, grandmother counted gold, 1, 2, 3. But the farmer said, "Count faster, grandmother. We need more gold." Well, grandmother counted gold all day and half the night. She counted gold for a week, for a month, for a year, and every day it was the same. "Count faster, grandmother. We need more gold." Well, one day, poor grandmother was so tired she grew ill. And one day she fell asleep. And when she did, she fell, whoa, into the box. And in the morning, when the farmer came down the stairs and saw what happened, he said, "Uh-oh," which is an ancient Gaelic expression which means "uh-oh," because grandmother said, "Get me out of here." Well, they took grandmother out of the box, but now there were 2 grandmothers in the box. And they said, "Get us out of here." They took out 2, and then there were 4 that said, "It's crowded. Get us out of here." They took out 4 grandmothers, and then there were 8. And then there were 16, and pretty soon there were hundreds of grandmothers walking around the house, saying things like, "What's for dinner? I'd like some new clothes. Let's go to the movies." Well, just to feed and clothe and house and entertain all those grandmothers, pretty soon the gold was gone. And one day the box itself just, poof, disappeared. And after that, All the farmer and his wife had were potatoes. And lots of grandmothers too. But remember, potatoes are good. And that's the tale.